Week 3, your brain and body love new movements. We challenge these students to do something new and different. You guys have a lot of specialized students on campus? Do you have these students who are like, I'm a runner, man. I'm a rower. I'm a tennis player, man. That's what I do. I'm a tennis player. Right? You have these specialized things. Well, the human body is supposed to be constantly varied. That's what your body expects. So we're going to challenge these kids to start adopting and trying new things out. So that week's challenge is, hey, find a buddy, do something different every day. So try a new movement, get that brain fired so that they get that synaptogenesis, get that brain fired. Week 3, do this, new moves. Spark category. This is my family, I got to introduce them. That's my son Samuel. That's Dr. Kimmel, that's my wife. You guys met Alexis. My Emma's not in the picture, I think she was already met. All right, week 1, know this. Chronic social stress. See, we and our kids, we all have something in common. We're all in chronic social stress, yes? I mean, human beings never experienced that. Like in our history, we never had chronic social stress. The only real chronic social stress, the headspace stuff that we experienced, was famine, okay? So our ancestors used to be exposed to occasional chronic stress, and it was famine. In other words, their bodies are our bodies are geared to survive famine if we are in a chronic stress mode. In other words, we store fat. We go into fat storage mode. And where do we store it? Right here, around the belly. Okay? Because your hunter-and-gatherer ancestors used to have to be able to go hunt and gather, but it used to have to insulate their viscera, their organs, and they have to give them energy and insulate them against the cold. Okay? So basically, when we're chronically stressed out all the time, we are pushing ourselves into this obesity state, this chronic disease state. Okay? Now these kids, they're carrying around the same kind of social stresses and chronic stresses that we're doing. So we're trying to help introduce them to coping methods and techniques that they can do to help them sort of process that a little bit better and push them back towards sort of this tribal mentality and changing their thought life a little bit and giving them some tools to do that. So we're going to teach them about meditation, we're going to teach them about breathing exercises, we're going to get them journaling. In fact, we created this journal just for this guy. For you guys. This is a Bonfire Academy, a journal for Brooks. So each one of the students is going to get one of these. This is going to be basically a guideline for the whole program over the 3 weeks for the students. This journal is meant to introduce them to the concept, the essential element of actually getting quiet, sitting down, getting in touch with your thought life, putting pen to paper. Does anybody journal? Isn't it just absolutely magic? It's just an amazing thing to process. I never journaled. I mean, this is something that was new to my life 10 years ago. And man, it made such a huge difference for me. I mean, it helps your day, helps your thought life, helps your sleep patterns, everything. So we're going to teach these kids about how to journal, how to do it properly. And there's prompts for all 3 weeks here. We're even going to be offering journaling classes on campus during the 3rd week and during the Spark week. So week 1, journal daily. We're going to get these guys getting up in the morning, writing daily, and trying to get them to do it again before bed at night. And this is guided, so for each of the 7 lifetime value accounts, each part of their life, we're talking about my family, my body, my stuff, my friends, my relationships. It's fantastic. Week 2, know this, sleep, hormones, and brain function. You're going to get these kids getting to bed earlier, okay? Most Americans, in general, are chronically fatigued. Anybody in this room? I mean, does everybody feel that? Like as we come through the holiday red zone, we used to be able to absorb the holidays a little better. Now I think everybody's kind of like knocked for a loop for at least a month after the holidays, right? It's like, you have trouble fitting that holiday season in, okay? Most people are chronically exhausted. These kids are no exception. We got to get them to fix that sleep pattern. You know, our ancestors for thousands of generations, when it got dark, they went to bed. And when it got light, they got up, okay? We totally flipped that around, right? We got to try to bring them back into a normal sleep pattern, right? And teach them that. One thing we're going to get them to do is an e-fast, where we get them to shut down all their electronica. Week 3, know this, and that's just for 30 minutes before they go to bed. Obviously, they've got to do their study and they've got to get up online, etc. But we're going to teach them 30 minutes before bed, shut her down. Start strong. We're going to teach them about morning rituals, getting up in the morning, creating a compelling reason to get out of bed and start your day right, as opposed to jumping up, rushing, running around, frenetically trying to get ready and off to school, slamming down a bagel for breakfast, or just not having any breakfast, and being stressed and sitting down and then trying to be in a thought-life state that's going to be focused and enjoyable. We want to get these guys up and at them first thing in the morning. Get them to the point where they're up, they're journaling, they're reading, they're writing, they're exercising, getting some nutrition. We're going to make the focus morning rituals, starting strong.